Can you see my slide?
Yeah, I can. Actually.
Okay. Yeah. It was 248th session today. Vinayaka namastubhyam satatam modaka priya nirvignam kurno deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyamaha siddhir bhavatu no sada gurur brahma gurur vishnu gurur devo maheshwara guru sakshat param brahma tasmai shri gurave namaha. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulya Ramanama Varanane Apadama Pahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha Shri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam Aprameyam सीतापतिं रघुकुलान् वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्. अद्यतन पञ्चाङ्गं February 1st, 2026. विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे शशिऋतौ माघमासे शुक्लपक्षे पूर्णिमा तिथिः till 5:08 p.m. स्थिरवासरः पुष्यमी नक्षत्रम till 1:28 p.m. afternoon. Aslesha nakshatram followed by that. Ayushman Yoga till about 8:51 p.m. followed by Saubhagya Yoga. Bhavakaranam till 5:08 p.m. coinciding with the ending of Purnima Tithi. Balavakaranam till 4:11 a.m. followed by Kaulavakaranam. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So last time we started Ashtottara Shatanama, Shatatama Sargaha. I think we went till 7th shloka, where Jabali starts now. I mean, after a very long exchange of requests and teachings between Bharata and Rama, Jabali thought, hey, now let me cut this conversation by telling, most practical, materialistic outlook. Hey, what's the point, man, of all of this? Is how he was trying to cut this argument, and also in trying to entice Rama into accepting Bharata's offer. So yatha gramantaram gacchannarah kaschid vaset kaschid kvachit vaset utsrujya cha tamavasam प्रतिष्ठेता परे हनि एवमेव मनुष्याणां पिता माता गृहं वसु आवासमात्रं काकुत्स्थ सज्जन्ते नात्र सज्जनाः. That's how he last shloka I think we read, where he was saying just as a traveler goes from one village to another village, and when he stops at a village, he takes rest there in somebody's home or a guest house or a hotel or wherever. Next day, when he wakes up and he continues his journey, he doesn't care that, oh, I'm leaving this home, what about and all. Utsrujya tamavasam pratishteta apare ahani. He continues his journey in the next day. Evameva, just like that, manushyanam pita mata gruham vasu. So also, father, mother, home, meaning, and vasu. Vasu is wealth, resources. All of these are also such transitory things for a man, for men rather. Once they, move on. I mean, there is no more point in hanging to them. Avasa matram, they are just for residing that time. During this lifetime, whatever is there, that's all. After that, you have no more relation with them. So forget all this thing that you're talking about, father. Oh, how can I do this? How can I do that? For all of that. And so from there, let us continue. Pitriyam Rajyam Parityajya
पित्रियं राज्यं परित्यज्य
Sanarhasi Narottama
स नार्हसि नरोत्तम
Asthatum Kapatham Dukkham
आस्तातुं कापथं दुःखं
Vishamam Bahukantakam.
विषमं बहुकण्टकम्.
Hmm. So Kapatham, Kupatham also is there another pata. Narottama Saha Pitrim Rajyam Parityajya Dukkham Vishamam Bahukantakam Kupatham Asthatum Narhasi. Such you, Saha means he, which means such you. Such you, Narottama, you cannot, or you are not eligible, or you don't deserve to tread this Bahukantakam, very thorny path, Kupatham, difficult path, Dukkham, very painful, sorrowful, Vishamam, very with all the odds in it. By treading this path, or treading this path, this difficult path, by giving up the inherited ancestral kingdom, Pitriyam Rajyam Parityajya Sanarhasi. I mean, you don't deserve it. Why do you have to take all this difficulty of living uh, in the forest? That too in this tough terrains of Dandakaranya. Samruddhayam Ayodhyayam
समृद्धायाम् अयोध्यायाम्
Atmanam Abhishechaya
आत्मानम् अभिषेचय
Ekaveni Dhara Hitvam
एकवेणी धरा हि त्वाम्
Nagari Sampratikshate.
नगरी सम्प्रतीक्षते.
So our concept is always that Bhumi is led by, or is held by one pati. So in that context, the Bhumi becomes a very submissive lady. So Ekaveni Dhara, just as a pious woman would braid her hair as one braid, not two braids. Girls might wear two braids, multiple braids, but a married woman or a attached woman would typically, culturally, traditionally wear only single braided. Ekaveni. Ekaveni Dhara Samruddha Ayodhya Nagari Tvam Pratikshate. That wealthy, rich, and very devoted city is looking for you, is looking up to you. Sampratikshate, Tvam Sampratikshate. So what you should do? Samruddhayam Ayodhyayam Atmanam Abhishechaya. Go perform Abhisheka for yourself in that worthy, rich Ayodhya city. Go and start ruling it. Rajabhogan Anubhavan
राजभोगान् अनुभवन्
Maharhan Parthivatmaja
महार्हान् पार्थिवात्मज
Viharatvam Ayodhyayam
विहर त्वम् अयोध्यायां
Yatha Shakras Trivishtape.
यथा शक्र त्रिविष्टपे.
So, just as Shakra, which is Indra, rules Trivishtapa in the Swargaloka, so also you go and rule and start living in Ayodhya with all the Rajabhogan, Maharhan. So with all the highest royal luxuries and services that are conferred upon the king, enjoy them like Indra in Swargaloka, in Trivishtapa. Enjoy it, man, is what Jabal is saying. Nate kaschid dasharathaha.
नते कश्चित् दशरथः
Tvam cha tasya na kaschana.
स्त्वं च तस्य न कश्चनः
Na
कश्चन
kaschana.
न कश्चन
Anyo raja tvamanyaha.
अन्यो राजा त्वमन्य
Tasmat kuru yaduchyate.
तस्मात् कुरु यदुच्यते.
He again comes back to this body material life. So nate kaschid dasharathaha. Now Dasharatha is not related to you anymore. He is not there. The body is not there. What are you talking about? Dasharatha te na kaschit. He is nobody for you. Tvamcha tasya na kaschana. Nor are you of anything for him. Anyo Raja, that Dasharatha Raja was a different person. Tvam anyaha, you are a different person. Tasmat kuru yaduchyate. So please, follow and do what is being told to you by me. And he's continuing, not only that he is not there, but there is no more biological details that I'm going to tell you, after which you should not worry anymore and accept the offer. Bijamatram pita jantoho
बीजमात्रं पिता जन्तोः
shuklam rudhirameva cha
शुक्लं रुधिरमेव च
samyuktam rutuman matra
संयुक्तं ऋतुमन्मात्रा
purushasyeha janmatat.
पुरुषस्येह जन्म तत्.
So he's saying, hey, what is father at the most? Biologically, jantoho for an animal, for a being, for any living being. Pita is bijamatram. All that father is nothing more, but he is the donor of the seed. That seed which is formed by shuklam rudhiram evacha, from the shukla and the rudhira, blood. From the blood and the whatever that shuklam, that is injected as the seed. That's all. That's all his father. Samyuktam rutaman matra purushasya iha janmatat. Because of which, by the samyuktam, by the mixture, by mixing that with the rutuman, the female's egg, that's all. Purushasya janmatat. A human being or a being's birth takes place because of that. Nothing more than that. Why are you attributing any big things to it? Gatassan rupatis tatra
गतस् नृपति तत्र
gantavyam yatra tena vai
गन्तव्यं यत्र तेन वै
pravrutatiresha pravruti tad esha. I think something is wrong here.
प्रवर्ततिरेष एषा
Martyanam
मर्त्यानां
tvam tu mithya vihanyase.
त्वं तु मिथ्या विहनसे.
So Nrupatihi saha gataha. That king who you thought was your father has departed, has left. Yatra tena gantavyam vai. Wherever he has to reach, that whichever is the other world, whatever, whatever is his destiny, he has headed to that destiny. Pravrittihi esha martyanam. This is the nature, or this is the designed path for all mortals, human beings and other living beings, that once dead, whatever is its destiny, it will go there. Tvam tu mithya vihanyase. Knowing all this, you are trying to vihanyase, you're trying to situate yourself in mithya, in a myth, in a false notion with all these feelings and emotions. Practically, there is nothing like that, man, is how Jawali is trying to talk. Artha dharma paraye ye.
uh, sorry.
Arthadharmaparaye. Go ahead.
Arthadharmaparaye
Tanstan shochami te netaran.
tanstan chochami netaran
Tehi dukkham iha prapya
tehi dukkamahi prapya
vinasham pretya bhejire.
vinasham prepya bejre.
Hey, I am pitying. Aham shochami. I am pitying tan, tan, those guys, I pity them. Who, ye artha dharma paraha. Those who were beyond artha and dharma and went into the beyond the material artha and dharma for spiritual levels. Tehi dukkham iha prapya. They have only obtained pain and sorrow in this world by sticking to that so-called artha and dharma. They have gained nothing, man. And vinasham pretya bhejire. Finally, they have destroyed themselves and left this world and went off. So, aham tan shochami. I pity them. Na itaran. Not the others who have enjoyed life here. So, for example, some examples that probably he's quoting are like his ancestors such as Harishchandra, Rantideva, Shibi, etc. Those who have stuck to that much of pain to keep up to dharma, to live up to the given word. So I pity those fellows. What have they finally obtained? They have only destroyed themselves. Harishchandra lost his son, his wife, his wealth, everything. All that Vishwamitra was testing him was just say, hey, that's okay, man. Yeah, hey, I didn't mean it. It's okay. Had a casual statement Harishchandra made, he would have enjoyed his life, rest of his life. See, all these fellows who stick up to that so-called dharma, satya, and destroy their lives, they have gained nothing. So I pity them, is how Jabali is saying. Ashtaka pitrudaivatyam.
Astaka pitrdaivatvam.
Daivatyam.
Daivatyam.
Ityayam prasruto janaha.
Ityayam prastuto janaha.
Annasyopadravam pasya.
Annasyopadravam pasya.
Mruto hi kimasishyati.
Mruto hi kimasishyati.
So, Ashtaka pitrudaivatyam iti ayam janaha prasrutaha. There are eight activities for the Pitrudaivatyam in order to perform for Pitrudevatas and Pitru Devatas. Yeah, there are Nitya Karma Ashtakam, we say. So there are 8 karmas that we have to perform. Prasrutaha janaha. This is popularly has been followed, or not popularly, has been followed traditionally. Annasya upadravam pasya. In these 8 activities, there is, I see wastage of anna. Annam, wastage of annam. Annam is food. He is talking just like our P2, that movie called P2 or whatever, in which Amir Khan makes
PK.
fun. PK. He's exactly making the same fun. Annasya upadravam pasya. There he says, oh, milk is being wasted. See, similarly, Jabale here is saying, hey, see how much food you waste in the offering of pinda, etc. To somebody who doesn't exist. Mruto he is anyway dead. The dead guy, kim asishyati. How can they consume this food that you are offering here as pinda and all? What illogical thing, Rama. Yadi bhuktam ihanyena, and so he's continuing that logic of PK. Yadi bhuktam ihanyena
यदि भुक्तम् इह अन्येन
deham anyasya gacchati
देहम् अन्यस्य गच्छति
dadyat pravasatah shraddham
दद्यात् प्रवसत श्राद्धं
natat.
श्राद्ध
Actually, it should be shraddham, I think. Is missing there. Shraddham. Natat
श्राद्ध
pasyanna bhavet. Natat
न
patyashana. Natat patyashanam bhavet.
न तत् प्रत्यक्षं भवेत्
See, because that line was mixing. So, shraddham, ashanam. So, he's saying, hey, dead guy, how can he consume the food that you are offering? And our Vedic tradition is also saying, in the name of those ancestors, you offer it to bhoktas. You invite some people, and in them you invoke. You say, okay, this is the father, this is the grandfather, this is the great grandfather. Like the 3 generations you invoke. Or similarly, if it is a woman, then this is that woman. This is her mother-in-law. Second one, the third one is that mother-in-law's mother-in-law. Like that, 3 pindas. And then you feed them bhoktas, and then you do a lot of annadanam. What? Is this all going to go to them? And so he's making this logic. Yadi iha anyena bhuktam anyasya deham gacchati. If eaten by this bhokta, in whom you are calling, let's say, your father, if the food eaten by this bhokta person can go to another body of your father, then dadyat pravasatah shraddham. It is like, what is for this if condition, the other example that he's giving then is, all right, pravasataha, somebody who is traveling, who is not in your home, he left your home, he's traveling. You give him a box normally as his lunch box, right? Don't give him, let him go, and you give this lunch to somebody else here and say, hey, I'm giving it for my son who is traveling today to America or to India. Will he get that food? Natat pathyam pathi ashanam bhavet. In his journey, pathi, natat ashanam bhavet. That will not become food for him. Whoever is eating here only gets that food. So, what are all these topics, concepts, Rama? This is all bullshit. In a way, he is trying to say. And so he goes further. Oh my God, this is worst. And so Ramayanam lives forever because there is nothing new in this. No argument is new. We are seeing it even today. All Peter Friedrichs and all also talk these. So what he's finally saying, Dana Samvanana Hyete
दान संवरणा हेत्ये
Grantha Medhavibhi Krita
ग्रंथा मेधाविभिः कृता
Yajasva Dehi Dikshasva
यजस्व देहि दीक्षस्व
Tapastapyasva Santyaja.
तपस्तस्त्वस्व संत्यज
Tapastapyasva.
तपस्तप्यस्व
Tapyasva.
तप्यस्व
Santyaja.
संत्यज
Santyaja. So he's saying, Dana Samvananaha, Danam, and doing this, all these yajna, homas, etc. Samvananaha. He, ete granthaha medhavibhihi kritaha. Hey, all these manuals, scriptures, books of how to perform dana, of how to perform this yajna, homa, these are all documented, authored by your intellectuals, man. For what? For making their life easy, or for ensuring their life. Because if you say danam, who you should give to dana? To these brahmanas. If they have to perform yajna, who should be fed after that? Brahmana. So these guys have written books for themselves, man. Don't be fooled by it. Don't we hear the same argument even today?
Yes, Bhagaji.
So contemporary and so eternal this book is. And so he's saying, Sanasti paramityeva
Sanasti paramityeva
kuru buddhim mahamate
gurubuddhim mahamate
pratyaksham yadatishta
pratyaksham yadadatishta
paroksham prishtatah kuru.
paroksham prishtatah kuru.
So he's saying,
Did we the first one, other half, did we go through that?
so Yajasva, all the instructions given in these books of Dana Sammananaha, Granthaha, which say like Yajasva means perform yajna, Dehi, seek alms, Dikshasva, take Diksha, Tapaha, Tapyasva, perform tapas. All these instructions that are written in those manuals, Santyaja, give up them, because they are all written by those intellectuals, Medhavis, to take care of, to protect themselves. Okay. So Yajasva Santyaja Dhanadi Dattva Grihatyagam Kuru Ete Dana Samvananaha इत्युक्ते दान रचनावन्तः ग्रन्थाः मेधाविभिः बुद्धिमद्भिः कृताः धनप्राप्त्यर्थं रचिताः. Is how he's saying. Clear?
Yeah, that is fine. So all mechanical, right? No thinking about
all material. Just come on. Is how Jabali is trying to provoke Rama. And he is continuing to say, Sa nasti param ityeva kuru buddhim mahamate. Oh Mahamate. Hey, you are also highly intellectual person, Rama. Mahamate. You make buddhim kuru, you make your mind that param ityeva nasti. There is nothing called beyond material. Whatever we see, whatever is present here, whatever we feel, that's all is the world. Iha. Param, that there is something beyond this. Param iti eva, iti nasti eva. There is nothing more other than this. So please make up your mind and stop thinking all this param and all. And so the instruction for you is pratyaksham yat tadatishta. Situate yourself, stand by whatever is pratyaksham, whatever is physically experienceable by you. Paroksham prishtatah kuru. If anything else is taught that, oh, that is not paroksham, that is not experienceable, that is beyond, aksha here is literally eye, but what it means is senses. Anything that is not experienced by any of these senses is paroksham. Anything that is experienced by the senses, 5 senses that we have, is pratyaksham. So paroksham prishtatah kuru. Put aside or put behind. Put all that inexperientiable things behind you. Just, if you don't see your father anymore, that's it. There is no more point about him. Just continue life simply, happily. Satam buddhim puraskritya.
Satam buddhim puraskritya.
Sarvaloka nidarshinim.
Sarvaloka nidarshinim.
Rajyam tvam pratigranhishva.
Rajyam tvam pratigrahishva.
Bharatena prasaditaha.
Bharatena prasaditaha.
So he is finally saying, now that I told you all the things, what am I instructing you, or what am I prescribing to you? Bharatena prasaditaha rajyam tvam pratigranhishva. Please accept and receive the rajyam that is being offered back by Bharata. And what is the principle for it? Sarvaloka nidarshinim satam buddhim puraskritya. He is also saying Sarvaloka nidarshinim, by showing to everybody. Sarvajana bodhana shilam satam pratyakshaika pramana vadi sajjananam buddhijnanam paraskritya bharatena prasaditastvam rajyam nigranishva. You know, just as all good people here, satam buddhim paraskritya, by keeping in front the minds and request of all the good people that have come here, sarva loka nidarshanin, to demonstrate to all of them that you care for them, please accept the kingdom that is offered back to you. He is writing it back to you. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane
Srimad Ramayane
Valmikiye
वाल्मीकिये
Adikavye
आदिकाव्ये
Ayodhya-kande
अयोध्याकाण्डे
Ashtottarashatatama Sargah.
अष्टोत्तरशततमः सर्गः.
Ashtottaram is for us is a very great number, but coincidentally Ashtottaram became Jabali's Sarga. Atha Navottarashatatama Sargah.
अथ नवोत्तरशततमः सर्गः.
Jabali Vachana Nirakaranam.
जाबाली वचन निराकरणम.
So this Sarga is, the title is, all that lessons, preaching of Jabali is Nirakaranam, denying, refuting the nice, what do you call it? Temptations of Jabali. Refuting temptations of Jabali. Jabalestu vacha shrutva.
जाबालेस्तु वचः श्रुत्वा
Ramas satyatmanam varaha.
रामः सत्यात्मनां वरः
Uvacha paraya bhaktya.
उवाच परया भक्त्या
Swabuddhya cha vipannaya.
स्वबुद्ध्या च विपन्नया.
So, Satyatmanam Varaha. So, the best of all those who are Satya themselves, like Harishchandra and all those people. Satyatmanam Varaha Ramaha Jabalehe Vachastu Shrutva. By listening to the speech of Jabali, Paraya Bhaktya, with utmost devotion to whatever he has learnt, to his gurus and all. Swabuddhya, by applying all that he has learnt with all the devotion, by applying it with his own mind. Avipannaya, without vipannaha, prapannaha, means falling for. Avipannaya, not falling for that temptations given by Jabali. Paraya bhaktya uvacha, he responded back with this utmost devotion for what he learnt, believed, and stands for. Bhavan me priyakamartham.
भवान् मे प्रियकामार्थं
Vachanam yadihoktavan.
वचनं यदि होक्तवान्
Akaryam karyasankasham.
अकार्यं कार्यसङ्काशम्
Apathyam pathyasammatam.
अपथ्यं पथ्यसम्मतम्.
His opening statement is, hello sir, Bhavan, O respected one, me priyakamartham, for pleasing myself, for pleasing me, or for my welfare, with all the good will for me, yad vachanam iha uktavan, whatever speech you have told me, whatever instructions you gave me, akaryam, that is not to be followed. I shall not follow it. Karya sankasham, even though it seems like full of light, it seems like an enlightened speech, enlightened task. Karya sankasham api akaryam, I shall not do it. Just as apathyam pathya sammatam. Oh, people say, right? Oh, you can eat anything. Just take this pill. You can eat anything. That can be a lot of apathyam for a patient. But in the Ayurvedic style, each patient, for each aushadham that is being given, there is only restricted diet to be followed, which is pathyam. Others are apathyam, not to be consumed. So even though pathya sammatam, it is seeming like, wow, true, na? How does it matter? Yes, let me take it up. Even though it seems like pathyam, it is apathyam. It is not to be consumed. I shall not consume your instructions. Nirmaryadastu purushaha
Nirmaryadastu Purushaha
papachara samanvitaha
Papachara Samanvitaha
manam nalabhate satsu
Manam na labhate satsu
bhinna charitra darshanaha.
Bhinna Charitra Darshanaha.
So this is Rama's belief, and hence he has reiterated the last in that era. But so many Rajarshis before him also have followed, which Rama wanted to ensure to be followed. So he's saying nirmaryadaha. Maryadaha is, respected behavior. Nirmaryadaha purushaha papachara samanvitaha. Somebody who is not following maryada. Maryada is tyakta veda margaha. Nirmaryadaha means tyakta veda margaha. Somebody who has given up or is violating or is going against Veda's prescriptions is nirmaryadaha. Such nirmaryadaha purushaha papachara samanvitaha. He is misaligned with all the violatory acts and sinful acts. Manam na labhate satsu. Such a person will not be respected among good people, sat people. Satsu. Bhinna charitra darshanaha. Somebody who has demonstrated bhinna charitram, broken character. That means not an integral character. Somebody who is not an integral character is not respected among respectable people because he has violated Veda Marga and is going along papachara samanvitaha, going along treading the sinful paths, violatory paths, illegal, unacceptable, unethical, immoral, all of those together. Kulinam akulinam va
Kulinam akulinam va
Viram Purushamaninam
Viram Purushamananam
Charitrameva Vyakhyati
Charitrameva Vyakhyati
Shuchim va Yadiva Shuchim.
Suchim va Yadi va Shuchim.
So Rama is firmly believing in this. He's saying, Kulinam akulinam va. Whether a person belongs to a great family or a dirty family. Viram Purusham Maninam. Even if he is accepted or renowned as a strong person, great warrior, Viram. Viram Purushamaninam, somebody who is accepted as a Vira, as a warrior, as a great, powerful, strong guy, and whether he comes from a royal family or a lower middle class poverty family, Charitram eva vyakhyati. His character alone narrates that person, whether he's a strong guy coming from a rich family or a poor family, doesn't matter. His charitram, his character, his behavior, his beliefs, his actions alone describe that person. Nothing else describes. Oh, he's from this Ikshwakukula or from this Chandra Vamsha or from that Vamsha, this Vamsha, doesn't matter. He's a king, he's a CEO, doesn't matter. If his character alone describes him. He doesn't need a name, he doesn't need a family. His character describes him. That is his identity, his tagline. charitrameva vyakhyati shuchim va yadi va ashuchim. That whether he is a clean person or an unclean person, that is portrayed and narrated and described and presented by his character alone, not any other tags. Anaryastvaryasankashah.
अनार्यस्त्वार्यसङ्काशः
शौचादीनस्
शौचाद्दीनस्
तथा, it must be तथा शुचिः.
तथा शुचिः
लक्षण्यवदलक्षण्यो
लक्षण्यवदलक्षण्यो
दुःशीलशीलवानिव.
दुःशीलशीलवानिव.
And so, even if one tries to they fool themselves, meaning by portraying other side of themselves. Anaryah tu Arya Sankashah. Even though looking like Arya, looking like a noble one, but if he is Anarya, it is Anarya, then he is not not a great guy. Sauchad Hinaha Tatha Ashuchihi. Just as if one is not following cleanliness, then he is unclean, he is untidy, he is not a cultured person. Lakshanyavat alakshanyaha. Actually, he is not focused guy, but he seems like very focused. Or Dushila Shilavaniva, a very bad charactered guy, but portrays himself as a very noble guy. Adharmam dharmaveshena.
Adharmam dharmaveshena.
Yadimam lokasankuram.
Yadimam lokasankuram.
Abhipatsye shubham hitva.
Abhipatsye shubham hitva.
Kriya vidhi vivarjitam.
Kriya vidhi vivarjitam.
So, adharmam dharmaveshena. It is not veshe, it should be sha. Dharmaveshena. So, adharmam dharmaveshena. In the guise of dharma, if adharmam, yadi imam lokasankuram, even though it is, accepted by people, abhipatsye shubham hitva, if it will fall one day by giving up the auspiciousness, by giving the goodness of it. Kriya vidhi vivarjitam, any act that is done void of the vidhi, of the instructions, of the prescriptions, of the manual. If it goes against the manual, even though it will seem like dharma, but it is actually adharma. Even though it is seeming like Shilavan, but he is Dushilaha. Even though it is seeming like Lakshanyavat, even though it is Alakshanyaha. Similarly, Shauchat Hinaha, but Ashuchihi. Anarya Sankashaha, Arya Sankashaha, but it is Anaryaha. All of these will abhipatsye. They will all fall down one day and show themselves, show the true colors. Kaschetayanah Purushaha. Kaschetayanah Purushaha.
Kaschetayanah Purushaha.
Karya Vichakshanaha.
Karya Vichakshanaha.
Bahumansyati Mam Loke.
Bahumansyati Mam Loke.
Durvrittam Lokadoshanam.
Durvrittam Lokadhushanam.
So even if I had taken up all these Rajya, etc., breaking the promise I made to, my father and my mother Kaikeyi, and it seemed like people are happy in accepting me back, but I'm questioning myself. Kaha Chetayanaha Purushaha. Who that conscious person, Karya Karya Vichakshanaha, one who is analytical and is aware of what is to be done, what is not to be done. Mam Loke Bahumansyati. How will such a person accept me, honor me, respect me? Bahumansyati is Bahumanam Karoti. Means one who respects and accepts and acknowledges me. Durvrittam Lokadoshanam. By following this act, which is not to be done, and is otherwise by all the dharma aware loka. Dharma loka, it is dushanam. It is unaccepted and refuted or rejected by loka. Such durvrittam, if I follow, how will any person who is karya vachakshanaha chetayanaha purushaha mam bahumansyati, how will he accept me? Kasya dasyamyaham vrittam.
तस्य दास्याम्यहं वृत्तं
Kena va swargamapnuyam.
केन वा स्वर्गमाप्नुयाम्
Anaya vartamano hi.
आनया वर्तमानो हि
Actually, it must be anaya. Anaya vartamano hi.
अनया वर्तमानो हि
Vritya hina pratignyaya.
वृत्त्या हीनप्रतिज्ञया.
So for him pratignya, the pratignya that he made, the promise that he gave, the word that he gave, that's all is important to him. So he's saying, Kasya dasyami aham vrittam. How shall I set a model? Vrittam is vritti, my character or my behavior. How shall I set a role model with this? Kenava swargamapnuyam. How can, by what means can I, what merits will I be left with to attain swargam? Anaya vartamano hi. By following this instruction of you, anaya vartamano hi vritya hina pratignyaya. By following this hina pratignyaya vritti, how will I get swargam after the world, after this life? Or how shall I set any role model for others to follow? No, I shall not do it, is what he's saying. Kama vrittastvayam lokaha. And why especially he's saying, why should I set a role model? Because he's saying this. Kama vrittastvayam lokaha
कामवृत्तस्त्वयं लोकः
kritsnas samupavartate
कृष्णसमुपवर्तते
yadvrittas santi rajanaha
यद्वृत्ताः सन्ति राजान्
tadvrittas santi hi prajah.
तद्वृत्ताः सन्ति हि प्रजाः.
So he's saying, because why I am sticking so much about this is because I want to set a role model. Why? Because if I don't set that role model, then people will not even attempt to adhere to it. Because yadvrittaha santi rajanaha tadvrittas santi hi prajaha. There is a popular quote also, right? Yatha raja tatha praja. Just as the king, so is the people. And that is elaborated in this second half. Yad vrittaha santi rajanaha. Whatever is the behavior, whatever is the actions of the rajanaha, of the kings, tad vrittaha santi hi praja. People also will be following similar, acts and behaviors. If the king makes one promise and violates it, people also will make promises and start violating it. It will become first at his employees in his office, then those employees will do the same in the community, then they come back to home and break promises at home also, and the whole society will be disturbed, will be broken. And so I shall not do it. Why? Because kama vrittihi tu ayam lokaha. The world means all people typically, typically, generally, are kama vrittihi. They want to enjoy, fulfill their desires. And whatever it takes to fulfill those desires, they will generally want to follow. So, krutsnaha samupavartate. So, they will do everything in entirety to achieve their kama, to achieve their desires. And in that pursuit, in the pursuit of desire, instead of pursuit of happiness, in the pursuit of desire, they will just wait for another example to follow. If the king also did it, Are Raja hi kiya bhai, hame kya hai, let us follow. So, yadvrittas santi rajanaha tadvrittas santi prajaha. And so, aham katham kasya dasyami aham vrittam kena va swargamapnuyam anaya vartamano hi vritya hina pratignyaya. I shall not do it with this cheap act of breaking the promise.
In Gita,
So,
Krishna also says same thing, right?
yeah.
I don't have to do
Yadyadacharya
anything.
sreshtaha. That one, right?
No, in Krishna, Gita also Krishna says that I don't have to do anything, but I do. Otherwise, people will not. Yeah.
Exactly. Correct. Even he says, correct. What does he say? Mom, yeah, I forgot that sloka. Mam anuvartanti hi prajahava. Something like that. Yeah. He says that. Even though I don't have to do, but I do it for people to follow. To set that role model, I do it. Very correct, sir. So, satyameva nrishamsam cha.
Satyameva nusham cha.
Nrishamsam cha.
Nusham samcha.
Rajavrittam sanatanam.
Rajavrittam sanatanam.
Tasmat satyatmakam rajyam.
Tasmat satyatmakam rajyam.
Satye lokah pratishtitaha.
Satye lokah pratishtitaha.
Ba. How much pain he's taking, Rama and Valmiki, in recording this story for us, that, hey world, if you want to be happy, if you want to have a harmonious world, Satye lokah pratishtitaha. It has to be set in truth, in reality. The world should be situated in reality. So, Satyam eva anrushamsam cha. Nrishamsam is cruel, violent. Anrushamsam is non-cruel, non-violent. Satyam eva anrushamsam. Rajavrittam sanatanam. Satyam is always kept as the Kruratarahithyam cha sanatanam sarvakalikam rajavrittam rajabhiracharitam. So, for long, sanatanam rajavrittam means for so long, eternally, this has been followed by kings, by all the kings, that satyam eva anrushamsam. Truth has to be, or reality has to be practiced in a very amicable way, in a soft way, anrushamsam, without one doesn't have to put you into violence to make you follow it. That is what it means. Anrushamsam satyam. Somebody should not have to come and carry guns around for us to follow the law, like in some of those ISIS states. That is not required. We should follow it because we have to follow, because our ancestors have been following it. Rajavrittam sanatanam. Tasmat satyatmakam rajyam. And hence the state itself should be satyatmakam. The state doesn't need violence. State doesn't need enforcement, or state should not need enforcement. It needs, but it should not need enforcement. It should be followed naturally. The state itself should become a very truthful state. Means all people should naturally follow it. Such a state we should achieve. Satye lokah pratishtitah. And so he's saying how this is achieved. Rishayas-chaiva devascha
ऋषयश्चैव देवाश्च
satyameva hi menire.
सत्यमेव हि मेनिरे
Satyavadi hi lokesmin
सत्यवादी हि लोकेऽस्मिन्
paramam gacchati kshayam.
परमं गच्छति क्षयम्
I think it should be paramam gachatya kshayam or kshayam. So he's saying Rishayah devascha satyam eva hi menire. Gods and all the rishis also have revered and accepted only truth. Satyavadi hi lokesmin paramam gacchati. Only such truthful person, Satyavadi, he, only such truthful persons, asmin loke, in this world, paramam gacchati, they will attain that highest revered state. Paramam gacchati akshayam, without, not temporarily, forever, eternally respectable status they will get into. Who? The Satyavadis. Udvijante yatha sarpat
Udvijante yatha sarpan
narad anrutavadinaha
narad nritvadinaha
dharma satyam paro loke
dharmam satyam paro loke
moolam swargasya chochyate.
moolam sargasya uchyate.
Yatha anrutavadinaha narat sarpat udvijante, just as udvijante means get agitated, udvignaha. This line is also, there is one sloka in Bhagavad Gita. He says, right, how are Satvikas? They don't agitate others. Others don't get agitated by them. So, in that similar context here, yatha sarpat narat anrutavadinaha udvijante, just as people get agitated by anrutavadinaha. Anrutavadinaha is those who are always untruthful. Ritam, anritam. Ritam is truth, as said, as laid in the Dharma and Veda. Anritam is against, anti that. Anritavadinaha sarpat narat yatha udvijante. Just as such anritavadinaha, those untruthful people, or what do you call violating people, they get agitated by sarpa or nara. Between a man and a snake, not realizing they get agitated. Dharmaha satyam paro loke moolam swargasya cha uchyate. So, only such people who are not educated by Veda and Dharma will get agitated with these things, will get enticed by these things. But loke dharmaha satyam paraha. Dharmaha, truth, is the ultimate thing in this world. Moolam swargasya uchyate. And following this alone sets your account and your record for a position in Swarga. Satyameveshwaro loke.
Satyameveshware loke.
Swara. Satyam eva ishvaraha. Satyameveshwaro loke.
Satyameva ishvara loke.
Satyam padmashrita sada.
Satyam padmashrita sada.
Satyamulani sarvani
सत्यमूलानि सर्वाणि
सत्यान्नास्ति परं पदम्.
सत्यान्नास्ति परं पदम्.
So he's saying Satyam, how he's glorifying Satya. Satyam eva Ishvaraha loke. If God is to be realized, then follow Satyam. Satyam eva Ishvaraha loke. Satyam Padmashrita sada. Satyam has been resorted to always by all the gods. Satya Mulani Sarvani. Satyam is the truth, is the root, is the source for everything. Satyat nasti param padam. There is no other state, there is no other stature any more better and higher than Satyam. Satyan nasti param padam. Daktam ishtam hrutam chaiva.
दत्तमिष्टं हृतं चैव
Taptani cha tapansi cha.
तप्तानि च तपांसि च
Vedas satya pratisthana.
वेदाः सत्यप्रतिष्ठाना
Tasmat satya paro bhavet.
तस्मात् सत्यपरो भवेत्.
So Dattam, Ishtam, Hutam, Taptani, Tapamsi cha Vedaha Satya Pratishtanaha. How is Veda established in reality? Is through all these activities of Dattam. Dattam is Dhanam. Ishtam is Yajna. Hutam is Homa, offerings. Taptani, to sometimes Taptani Tapamsi, of those people who do tapas, their activities of limiting their consumption. Food, no food or very little food. Luxury, sleeping, no sleep or very little sleep. Luxury, no luxury or extremely anti-luxury also, which means in summer standing in sun and performing activities, in winter standing in water or ice and performing the activities. So all the tapanam is, burning yourself, hurting yourself. So all these activities that are prescribed, Vedaha Satya Pratishtanaha. These are all prescribed by Vedas to establish Satyam, Satya Pratishtanaha. By following all these activities, we get practice to not get tempted for any such material benefits. If you have been practicing tapas, I don't need food, I can live without food. I don't need a big luxury, I can live without luxury in any discomforts. I'm always trained to offer every day hutam. I have to perform ishtam. For a bigger gathering, I have to perform some yajnas. I have to give dhanam, dattam. If I am used to all these activities which are prescribed by Vedas, then Satyam is automatically pratishtanam. It is established in our blood and DNA. So nobody will violate it. And so, tasmat satya paro bhavet. Let us be, may we be those for whom Satyam is param. Satyam is ultimate. Nothing else matters to us. How is your time and all? Shall we take few more shlokas or stop here?
Yeah.
Yes, Bhagaji, we can continue.
Okay. Ekah palayate lokam.
Ekah palayate lokam.
Ekah palayate kulam.
Ekah palayate kulam.
Majjatyeko hi nirayah.
Majjat eko hi niraya.
Eka swargo mahiyate.
Eka swarge mahiyate.
Eka swarge mahiyate. Sorry. Yeah. So ekaha palayate lokam. One is ruling the world. Ekah palayate kulam. One is ruling his family. Majjatihi ekaha nirayaha. One of them is actually engrossed in the nirayaha. Nirayaha is narakam. Is in this world of pain in this. Ekaha swarge mahiyate. The other one is enjoying in Swargaloka. One is suffering in Naraka, another one is enjoying in Swarga, because one was ruling the world, or one is ruling the world, the other one is taking care of just his family. That means selfish versus beyond myself and working for the bigger picture, bigger world, bigger entity. Soham pitur niyogam tu
Soham pitur niryogam tu
kimartham nanupalaye
kimartham nanupalaye.
satya pratishravas satyam
Satya pratishtava satyam.
satyena samayikritah.
Satyena samayikritah.
So now he is finally, after telling all these principles which he believes in, he is finally making his statement. Soham, such me, piturniyogam, employed, deployed by the father, to, however, kimartham nanupalaye, why will I not, for what reason will I not follow the deployment instructions given by my father to be deployed in forest? I will follow. Satya pratishravaha, I am one who will follow what I listen. Satya pratishravaha. Satyam satyena samayikritaha. And satyam, truth, satyena, by truth, samayikritaha, is eternalized. Truth is eternalized by truth. I have heard this truth. And so, such me, how will I not follow my father's instructions of sending me to stay and rule the non-urban areas of forests? Naiva lobhan namohadva.
Naiva lobhat mohadva.
Naiva lobhan namohadva.
Naiva lobhat namohadva.
Na hyajnanat tamonvitaha.
Na yajnanat tamonvitaha.
Setum satyasya bhetsyami.
Setum satyasya bhetsyami.
Guru satya pratishravaha.
Guru satya pratishravaha.
Quotable quote of Rama. Naiva lobhat, not for any greed. Na mohatva, nor in any temptations. Nahi ajnanat tamonvitaha. Even if I am neither by nor by the darkness of ignorance, surrounded by the darkness of ignorance. Satyasya setum bhetsyami. Guroho satyasya satyam bhetsyami. Bhetsyami is bhinnam karomi. I shall not break the bridge of the truth, of the promise made by Guru. Guru is his father. He's always calling his father as Guru. So Guroho satyasya setum na bhetsyami. I shall not break the bridge of the promise made by my father, because I am satya pratishravaha. I am one who follows satyam. I follow by it. I listen to it and I follow by it. So quotable quote. Naiva lobhan namohadva. Na hyajnanat tamonvitaha. सेतुं सत्यस्य भेत्स्यामि गुरोः सत्यप्रतिश्रवः असत्यसन्धस्य सतश्चलस्य
असत्य संघर्ष सत चलश
चलस्य
चलस्य
सतश्चलस्य
सतश्चलस्य
अस्थिरचेतसः
अस्थिरचेतसः
नैव देवा न पितरः
नैव देवा न पितरः
प्रतीच्छन्ति इति न श्रुतम्.
प्रतीच्छन्तीति न श्रुतम्.
So, naha shrutam, heard by us. What? Naiva devaha na pitaraha pratichanti iti. Neither gods nor our ancestors or our spiritual ancestors. They enjoy, or they don't like, they don't get, they don't be happy. Neither gods nor our ancestors would be happy, is what we heard, when of whom? Of asatya sandhasya, of one who is untruthful. Satascha, sataschalasya. Chalaha is one who is fickle-minded. Chalasya asthira chetasaha, of one who is not firmly determined, one whose mind is always, what is it called, dazzling, or jumping on both sides. Oh, should I do this? Should I do that way? Or should I do it or not? Such asthira chetasaha sataschalasya, one who is chalaha from sat, and asatya sandhasya, of these people, of these types of, either he is already broken the truth, asatya sandha, or sataschalaha, he is wavering whether to stand by it or not. Asthira chetasaha, one whose mind is not firm on the decision that he made. Such three kinds of people are not appreciated and acknowledged by gods nor our ancestors. This is what we have heard. Pratyagatmamimam dharmam
प्रत्यगात्मविमं धर्मं
satyam pashyamyaham swayam
सत्यं सत्यं पश्याम्यहं स्वयं
bharas sat purushachirnah
भारः सत्पुरुषाचीर्णः
tadartham abhimanyate.
तदर्थम् अभिमन्यते.
I mean, if you are able to correlate through translations of these dialogues, this is how all our dramas, movies are written. Heroism is shown by these statements. Hero bole to aisa. Whether it is any of the heroic in Telugu movies or Hindi movies or dramas, this is how our heroes stood by. He is saying, Aham swayam pashyami, I shall see that satyam dharmam pratyagatmam imam, satyam dharmam pratyagatmam bharaha satpurusha chirnaha tad abhimanyate. I shall see that the dharma, satya, pratyagatmam, the one that is that has been followed by all the great souls. The satya and dharma followed by all the great souls. I shall bharaha, and the burden carried by them. I carry it as burden on me to ensure that it is followed. Aham swayam pashyami, I shall myself see, ensure that that I carry that burden of the satya and dharma followed by all our noble souls, and that it is abhimanyate, that it is respected and honored. Nobody shall violate it. I'll ensure it. That's my mission of my life, is how Rama is making that grand and noble promise. And so he's saying, if I don't do that, then what does it become? kshatram dharmamaham tyakshe
क्षात्रं धर्ममहं त्यक्षे
hi adharmam dharma samhitam
ह्यधर्मं धर्मसंहितं
kshudrair nrushamsair lubdhaischa
क्षुद्रैर्नृशंसैर्लुब्धैश्च
sevitam papakarmabhihi.
सेवितं पापकर्मभिः
So that dharma that you are telling, which is papakarmabhihi lubdhaihi nrushamsaihi shudraihi sevitam dharmam aham adharmam tyakshe. I shall give up, I shall resign or give up. I will give up that adharmam which has been followed. Sevitam means, followed and acted upon by papa karma bhihi, by sinners, means by violators of dharma. Lubdhaihi, by greedy people. Nrishamsaihi, by violent goons. Kshudraihi, by cheap, ill-willing people. Whatever adharmam is followed by them, if that is kshatra dharmam that you are asking me to take up the kingdom, aham tyakshe, I shall give up that kshatram. It is not kshatram for me. Kshatram is to stick to the word no matter what, and hence I follow it. Is how he's saying it. It's 8:29. We'll stop here.
Yes, Bhagare.
Yeah, because this is also another great standard rephrasing of a standard quote that we know of the Trikarana Shuddhi. Or we can say this and stop here. Kayena kurute papam
Kayena kurute papam
manasa sampradharya tat
manasa sampradharya tat
anritam jihvaya chaha
anritam jivaya chaha
trividham karma patakam.
trividham karma patakam.
So there are three types of sins, three types of activities which are called sins and which will become sins. One is kayena kurute, one that is done by the body, papam, any sin done by the body. Manasa sampradharya tat, that in order to do that in body, first that should have been contemplated in the mind. Manasa sampradharya, having contemplated to do that, and he has done it physically. Or anrutam jihvaya chaha. Ritam is truth, anrutam is untruth, false. Anrutam jihvaya, by the tongue, if somebody utters untruth, aha is says or untruth. Trividham karma patakam. These are the three types of papa karmas. And that he says that all these bhumi, kirti, yashaha, lakshmi, all of them, they pray from the human, from a being, that hey, please yaar, you keep me with you. If you violate this, then you will not be keeping me. Then I will not be, then you will be losing the opportunity of having me with you. Iti prarthayanti. Anyway, that shloka we will see from next time onwards. Lavanya ji, Shanti Mantra.
Yes, Bhagaji. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः